Hey guys, welcome. Happy Monday. All right, so for the last 3 hours, I have locked myself up in my room trying to figure out what's the best thing to talk about tonight. This is the most important call as a whole team. You guys have other calls that are just as important too with other leaders. But for me, this is the most important call for me. So I'm like, what are we going to talk about today that is going to make the biggest difference? And I'm like, okay, Black Friday's coming, sales are coming, but it's a little too early to sell Black Friday stuff. We have the holiday gifts, but that's not Black Friday. Those aren't the Black Friday deals. I was so confused my first year in pharmacy because those are really good deals still. Well, those are just the holiday gifts, okay? Black Friday deals will drop during Black Friday time. So we really can't talk about that, but I want you guys to get prepared for that. So I was really just racking my brain and I said, you know what? Old fashioned sales. What is the thing that most people on this team struggle with? That's confidence. Confidence in actually making the sale and closing the sale, and how to go from chit chat to actually making the sale, right? That's what most of us struggle with. So that's what I made tonight's training about. So first, our KPIs for the night. So what we're going to try to hit, our goals for the night: 25 new emails on your email list by Friday, okay? Write these down, you guys. 10 new text message, like people who want to get in on your text message list by Friday. 10 quality conversations within the next 24 hours, and then 10 hot lists sent per person on this call. That is our goal. Let's talk a really quick before we get into the training. We went over this a little bit in our daily chat, but let's talk about text list. I think having a text list is very important. I think having an email list is really important. You've heard me talk about it for months now, but I think a text list is just as important, and it's more, for me at least, well, the statistics for everybody, that text lists are better. Now, you don't need to have a program. You don't need to have like a messaging program. You don't need to have Project Broadcast. Now you can. It's $8 a month for the pay as you go plan, and then it's like 5 cents per text. But honestly, you guys, I'm just trying to think, like, back when I started, like my first 8 to 10 years in this business, I did everything by hand. I didn't have systems like that. And you don't need systems like that. I want you making money before you have all these subscriptions and things you're paying for. You know what I mean? So let's say you have 10 to 100 customers. You can text those. That ain't gonna take that long, honestly. So it can just be your regular text, each person. Don't do a group text, okay? So we talked about that a little bit on today's daily call. You can go watch that to get a little recap. But I want you to have that text list. Okay, let's jump into the training tonight. Let me just look at the comments really quick. How do you broadcast people can sign up for your text? Okay, so what I would do is they shoot you a text first to get in. Like, if you're not using Project Broadcast, if you're not using a text marketing system and you're using your own just text from your phone, I would have them text your number and text their name and a keyword. So like BF25, Black Friday 25, with their first and last name. There you have it. And you can go and you can save them in your phone, and under the company, what I would do is I would put Black Friday list or text list. Um, I would put Black Friday list, so it's easy. So then when you type that into your contacts, everybody will pop up. You know what I mean? So you don't have to have a Project Broadcast. Old fashioned paper and message, baby. That's right, Bridget. Hey, you're new. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's jump into it, girls. I'm going to keep the chat up though. All right, so our goal is to warm people up in public, create, is this my right one? Yes. Getting messed up on my notes. Warm people up in public, create content, create easy micro interactions, then move to qualified interest into the DMs. That's where we're gonna guide them. We're gonna mirror and we're gonna talk about all those terms. Cause I was thinking, like, I'm like, I read all of these old timer like sales books, and they're all, everything in them, I don't care how old the book is, they're still valid today. So I'm like, we're going to get into some old school stuff. So we're going to talk about mirroring. We're going to talk about just different vibes of people, because a lot of times in network marketing, not even just in sales, but sponsoring and building a following and just building a presence on social media, people buy from who they like and trust, right? Right? And people like and trust people like themselves. So hard way to say it, because I don't want it to sound like I'm saying be fake. That's never, ever, ever the goal. You're always yourself. But it's a strategy is to mirror. And that's like if you're talking to someone who's talking fast or typing fast, maybe match their tone. If you're talking to someone who's more of a storyteller and their messages are really long, maybe match that tone, make yours a little longer. If you're talking to someone who's like link, be like, gotcha, send the link. That's it. No chit chat. So like just mirroring, matching the energy, yes. So I don't want to say like try to copy them, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just be a little bit of a chameleon, because that is sales. We have to match energy. Now we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so principles that we're gonna go over. One, in our type of sales is different depending on like if you're buying a car, if you're buying a house, you're buying from a social media influencer online. It's different. Like if somebody's going to a car dealership to buy a car, they have it in their mind already they're buying a car. Like those salesmen, that's why they always say like a used car salesman, like for a slick type, vibe, because they sell. They sell. We do build relationships. In our type of sales, it's not slimy, it's not used car salesman, it's friendship. It's friendship, and it's solving problems is what we're doing. So first, we need to know that with our type of business, we need to earn the right to recommend by giving value throughout the rest of the month. If we want to recommend things for them during Black Friday, we should be getting them value all month long. You should always be giving them value. Then you earn the right to actually recommend a product. They're going to believe you. They're going to trust you, which they should, because you ain't lying, right? Good night, honey. I love you. Sorry, guys. Someone's bedtime. 2, create small actions that are easy to say yes to. 3, match their vibe and format. Then lead one notch towards the next step. 4, we're going to track who engages so we can follow up with purpose this week. All right, we'll close the door, thank God. Okay, so we're building relationships in public, then in private, we're helping them. It's going to be short steps, it's going to be clear choices, and it's going to be constant follow-up. We're going to be super clear when we're talking to people, when we're talking about sales or recruiting. This is how I recruit a lot of people, is I don't just tiptoe around it. Like, I'm so clear. So first, let's talk about the different vibes. So some 4 different common vibes: fast and busy. So they might just send you a quick message that says dry skin, need help. Like, what do you reply back to that? If you're someone who's naturally writes long-winded texts, they probably are going to be like, as soon as they get that first, they see the preview message and it's really long, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, no, I don't even want to open this message. Let's mirror them. Let's match their energy. They just said dry skin, need help. What I would say is quick under 5 minutes, or fewer steps. Bam. Let me hear it. Like, tell me. And then I would close it with, do you want me to build you a cart, or do you want a quick video on how to use it? Like, super quick. Then you have the warm storyteller. So they share details. They have long messages. They share emojis usually. They're like a storyteller. So to you, they might say, winter makes my skin dry, and I'm looking for something that's going to help with my moisture. So what you would say back is, winter makes your skin dry, got it. Moisture and stain powder with your foundation matter. I can send your shades now, or do you want a quick video and then you can choose? You see how you're giving them options? We're going to talk about that in a second. The next the next vibe is analytical. So they want reasons, they want facts, they want testimonies. So now let's talk about sales with each vibe. So the first thing, okay, now we're getting into it. The first thing from your content, from when you press post on that content, to getting them into the DM. Like, what do we do in between? So step one, first, with your content, you're going to post a tiny value hook. So one demo while you're talking, let's say you're making your coffee, wish mushroom coffee was available because I'm all out now. But let's say you're making your mushroom coffee and it's in stock, and you're telling about a funny story that your kid did over the weekend, and then periodically you stop and be like, okay, oh my gosh, I love this coffee. Did you know that? There's 10 different mushrooms in this one. And like you just tell little bits and facts in with your story. You know what I mean? Like it's not all sales, sales, sales. It fits in your story. But just show one result, solve one problem in under 20 seconds. Do it fast. So an example would be a post that I could do is 3-step morning routine that looks fresh in photos. And then I'd be doing those steps as I'm talking to the camera, right? As I'm on my stories talking, I'm doing those 3 steps. Then step 2, we're going to add a soft micro CTA. CTA stands for call to action. So what we want them to do. So I would have a CTA on my caption. This is a soft micro one. It's not like super into the sale. It's really warming people up. So maybe on your post, comment quick for the checklist. Maybe on your post of your 3-step moisture routine, drop a heart if you want to see my 3 steps. Maybe it's vote on my story poll and I'll show you my how-tos. So do you see how those are just super quick micro call to actions telling them what you want them to do? If your post is missing a call to action, you're getting you're missing out on so much money. Like how people's brains work, and this is why social media like short content is so popular, because our brains work so quick. So they need to be told what to do. You have to tell them what to do, what you want them to do from that post. Otherwise, they might look at it and be like, oh, she has really pretty makeup. Scroll on. They have to know what to do, okay? Even if they know what to do, like, it's just, they see it. They see it. Okay, I'm going to message her really quick. Like, call to action still get me on different influencers' posts. I'm like, oh, message her for this? Okay. Okay, step 3. Engage in comments, obviously, right? We do that all day. But I want you to reply in their vibe. I want you to match their energy in the comments too, and ask one tiny question. Like if they're interacting in your comments, don't just send them a message right away. Ask a little tiny question in their vibe on the comments. Then you're going to move it to DM. So maybe the comment, maybe they commented on one of my health videos, and oh my gosh, I really need to get into a routine. They comment that. My real quick little reply would be, are you looking for weight loss or muscle gain? Or maybe they replied to a makeup selfie that I did. And my reply would be natural finish or more coverage. And then you close it with, I will DM you the how to. I'll DM you the info. I'll DM you. You reply back to them. I'll DM you. Now you're in their inbox. Okay. So that's a really easy flow to get in that inbox. So now step 4, DM delivery. So your script for the DM is, here's your 3 steps you asked for. So this is going to be really important to give them options. So we're giving them options, and then we're going to go over a few other sales tactics in this. So hear the script. I'm going to say it first. Here's the 3 steps you asked for. Do mornings feel rushed, or do you have time for a pamper moment? You see how I asked that? I said, do mornings feel rushed? Because she already says she wants the skincare. So do mornings feel rushed, or do you have time for that pamper session? You're giving those choices, and it's going to direct us and guide us. That's all we're doing. The products sell themselves. We are the guides. We have to guide by asking questions and getting them to the right solutions. That's what we're doing, right? That's the type of salespeople we are. So you ask those questions. And then let me let Brianna in. Okay, so after you ask that, you're gonna keep their length, however much they talk, you're gonna talk that much. Their tone, match their style. If they're really, really excited, you don't have to be that excited. Like match it by a notch or two, up or down. So now that you asked those 2 questions, keep that in mind. So step 5, you're gonna recommend 2 paths, and that's how you're gonna close the sale. So what I would say to her is, based on your rushed mornings, I would do option A or option B. Do you want me to send you a cart, or do you want a quick video on how to use it? So you give them options, option A or option B. based on your rush mornings. And you see how you're repeating back the problem that she has? She has rushed mornings. She needs a good routine for fast-paced mornings. And I'm repeating that back to her when I'm talking to her because it's also reminding her of the value. We are solving problems. We're not just selling products. So I'm repeating that problem back. And I do it over and over and over again, you guys. Um, Okay, okay, some core skills that convert. So we talked about vibe mirroring. We talked about mirroring the vibe. So what that is, match their pace, tone, message format so your reply lands. Think chameleon without losing yourself. Then you're going to lead one small step towards a decision. So we do these little baby steps. That's why it's not icky what we do. It's not scary what we do. You know, a lot of people are scared to go out there and talk to people. It's not because we take such baby little steps. It's not scary at all. Okay, so when you're looking for their vibe, here are some things that you can think of, and it's a little acronym, okay? It goes on vibe. So first, their velocity, how fast, how short, how they type. So the velocity is the first thing. Their intensity. Are they chill? Are they like super excited, emojis, exclamation points? B, I never know if I'm saying this word correctly, you guys. Think I am. Brevity. 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 What it means is um, what pace are you going? Is really what it means. So two lines. Are they two lines? Are they quick to the point or are they in story mode? Expression. Are they using emojis, exclamation points, or are they clean and simple? Match it. Match it when you're talking to them. So don't copy slang, don't copy their identity, but borrow their rhythm and borrow their format if that makes sense. Okay, so here's some scripts, some ideas just to kind of really get it. So, and analytical. All these words are giving me a tongue twister. Analytical. Okay, so I would give them, they want information, right? So what I would say is something like, as just an example, vitamin C brightens, niacinamide helps texture. Since you like natural, I would pair that with a light BB cream. Do you want a $50 starter bundle or a complete set? You see how I said back the problem. She's wanting her skin brighter. She wants her texture brighter. So I say vitamin C brightens and niacinamide. I never know if I can say that right. Niacinamide. I think I'm saying it right. Helps your texture. I repeated back her problems. And since you like natural, I would pair that with a light BB cream. I'm adding on to that sale, but it's going to do her a favor. We're always trying to solve problems, right? Do you want a an under $50 starter bundle, or do you want a complete set? You see how you gave her those two options? It's less scary, it's less pressure, and either way you win. Doesn't matter if she picks the $50 set or she wants a whole routine for 130. You still win either way, and she feels like she's in control, which I feel so weird talking about sales when I say she feels like she is in control, okay? But you're also in control too. Does that make sense? Okay, the skeptical people. They're skeptical and they're short. So they might just do one word. You're talking about holiday gifts, $50 and under. Don't have to worry about shopping. You got them covered. They might comment under your keyword, gifts. So you would just write back under 50 or under 100. That's it. That's it. They wrote back, all they said is gifts. They're a short type of person, okay? A short talking person. So under 60 or under 100. Wait for them to write back. Then I'll say two-piece or three-piece. Two-piece skincare set, three-piece skincare set. Two-piece wellness set, my three-piece wellness set. You know, whatever it might be. Once they reply back, do you want me to text the link or email it to you? Do you want me to message you the link or send you a text? You see, I'm giving them options every single time. It keeps the flow going. It keeps that, and the same for recruiting. When I'm giving these options and keeping it short and letting them really make the decisions, but guiding them, that's what we do is we guide. That's how I close the sale. No matter if it's a lead for a customer or a lead for a business partner. We're also going to sell with questions. Questions are going to be your biggest thing in sales. A lot of people think the best skill in sales is like having a super outgoing personality. That's not true. That's not true. So the number one skill in sales is being a good listener. They always say, I learned this early on. I learned this, you guys, my first taste of sales was when I was 8 years old, and my dad was a traveling salesman, and we would go to county fairs. And there was a guy who was always at next to his booth, and he sold slicer dicers. And slicer dicers, there's like for like vegetables. And he hired me, and I would stand up on stage and I'd say, so easy, even a kid can do it. And I would sell these slicer dicers. People would be handing me money. I'm like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I love this. Um, but that's what sales is. It's energy. It's energy. And with these questions, we're gonna get the energy that we need. So there's gonna be questions you're gonna be asking, and that's the sales. So ask 3 questions. Our goal is to learn their goal of the product. We want to learn the roadblock they're having, the problem we're having, and we want to learn their budget. So here's why this matters. People buy when the suggestion fits their life. That's when they buy. It's when the suggestion fits their life. Same with sponsoring. People join when the opportunity fits their life. I've had some of my best team members who say no to me because it was just not the right time in their life. 6 months, a year, 2 years, some of them damn near 10 years. Now it's the time in their life. So now, it's what's going to fit. So here's some questions I want you to ask. Every time you're talking to a customer, these are the questions you should always ask. What are you using now, and what do you like about it? They're going to tell you exactly what they're using. This is going to be easy for you to think of what products do we have that are like that, why they love it. They're going to tell you already. They're already going to tell you what they want in a product, what they're loving. You know our products. You know our products like the back of your hand, you guys. So you'll be able to make the best recommendation. The next question, what bugs you most? Time, results, or your shade match? What bugs you most with what you're using right now? Is it how many steps? So time. Is it the results that you're getting, or maybe you need a new shade? So that's a good question to ask. What bugs you most about your current, whatever it is, routine, skincare, makeup, vitamins, whatever? Time, results, shade match, if it's makeup. And then the third question, what budget feels comfortable so I can respect that? I never give out prices. Like when I'm just throwing it out there the first time we're talking price, I'm going to ask them. And I learned this early on by selling an iPhone, the very first iPhone ever. This was probably in 2004. And I remember my ex-husband at the time, I'm like, what should I sell it for? Should I sell it for like $75? He's like, just ask her what she sees the value in it. Like how much value does she see in it? I'm like, okay. So I asked the girl and I said, what value do you see in it? Like what would you be able to pay? She says $200. You guys, I am so glad that I asked her instead of me setting the price. Okay? I asked her, and the same with all sales. What budget feels comfortable so I can respect that? They're going to tell you their budget. You already know they can spend that. You know what I mean? They already told you that's their budget, so that makes the sale so much easier. The next skill it's another mirroring, but it's a little bit different. This one's called label or summarize. So that's where you repeat that word. You repeat what they said. So you repeat a keyword when and then ask for a tiny follow up. So they might say, I need a regimen that's fast. Here's how you repeat it. Really listen to hear how I repeat this. So you would say fast, under 5 minutes, or just a few steps. Remember, we already talked about this a little bit? So I repeated that fast, under 5 minutes or just a few steps. I label it. And then I say, so then I label it. Sounds like mornings are tight and you want to keep it simple. You see how I said it again? Their problem is they don't have much time. And so I said it again. I said it in a different way. So first, under 5, or fast, under 5 minutes or fewer steps. Second, sounds like mornings are tight for you. So you want to keep it simple. You see how I said it again? And then I'm going to summarize it. And they're like, yeah, I want to keep it really simple. It's really tight. Okay, cool. So under 5 minutes for dry, sensitive skin. You see, I said it again. Again, I repeated their problem to them. Does that make sense? So it's in their head what we're going to fix. All we do, we don't sell. What we do is we solve problems. And that's what we're doing. We're solving problems, and that's how we keep customers happy. All right, the next core skill that you need is how to bridge features to benefits. So turn a feature into a real life result. So instead of saying vitamin C, instead talk about how your skin becomes brighter for photos. Your skin's less dull with vitamin C, but you're emphasizing the results, what it does. We're bridging the features of these products to the benefits. For our foundation, instead of saying it's it has staying power, instead I could say it's long wear becomes, so instead of saying long wear, instead it becomes no melting during a hot flash. You see how I'm bridging the benefits to that product? So instead of vitamin C, it's brighter photos and less dullness. Instead of long wear, it becomes no melting during a hot flash. Bundles instead become save money now and cover 2 gifts in under one order, or in one order. And the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is what I said with the 2 paths, why it works. So for 2 options, this is how I even do my, when I used to, I don't do a whole lot of parties anymore. I do when I get back into it, especially so I can stay up to date so I can teach. But I used to do parties a lot, like home parties, probably 4 or 5 a week. I did a lot. And that's how I'd book parties too. I wouldn't just say, "Oh, would you like to have a party?" and tell them the benefits. Mm-mm. I would say, "Oh, I actually have Friday the 10th open, and then also Saturday the 21st. Which one would work for you?" You see how 2 options. 2 options, always 2 options in sales, you guys. Okay, so 2 option reduces pressure, and either answer is progress for you. So here's how I would frame it. So after talking to my little fake script, so based on faster mornings and dry skin, I would do option A or option B. You see how 2 options? I would do A or B. Which option sounds like the best fit? And then don't talk no more. Don't talk a lot. Don't talk a lot. Don't talk a lot. Just let them respond. Okay, I only have 2 more left. The choice close. So that's what we call it. They're closing themselves by making the choice, and they feel like they're in control, right? I hate saying that again because they are in control. They are, but we are guiding them. Okay, so the choice close. Tiny step that is easier to answer. So just little steps, little questions. Want me to set up a cart for you? Or would you like me to send you a video on how to use it? And that's why I like you guys. I have videos of all the products of me using this little snippets. I highly recommend when you're using the product, do a little snippet so you can send that to people. Another one, text link or email link, message link or text link. You see how 2 options, 2 options, 2 options. If they say it's not in the budget right now. Okay, I would say is your next payday this Friday or next Friday? You know what I mean? Okay, the next one is the follow-up ladder. And if you guys have a pen, you can write this down. Because I hear this sometimes, like, how long should I be following up? They haven't ordered yet. Do I message them again? I don't want to be a bugaboo. I get it. So follow-up ladder, this is how it works. So the first step 0, you send, after you send your hot list, or if you do have a video, you send them. So you send them what they asked for. You gave them the choice, they chose one, and you sent it. And they didn't do anything. What do? Within 24 hours, okay, don't do it right away. Don't be like 2 hours later, did you do that order? Like, don't bother them. But within 24 hours, I would send them a message and I would just say, "Hey, did that link come through?" 48 hours, I would say, "Do you want me to hold that shade for you? Yes or no? Do you want me to hold that L-carnitine for you? Yes or no? Do you want me to hold that glow set for you? Yes or no?" Again, you're giving them options. After 72 hours, I can simplify that 3-step. I can simplify that to a 3-step if that helps. Just that last thing. See what they say back. Just fast, 1 line, warm, add a friendly detail. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to give you another example. So this is going to be an end-to-end chat flow. So it's going to be a little demo. So the steps is 1, you start the chat. You start it up. Pick an opener, match their vibe. 2, you discover with 3 questions what their problems are. You're going to mirror and label. 3, you're going to summarize into one sentence. Summarize that problem. Repeat it back pretty much. 4, bridge to benefits. What are the benefits of that product that's going to solve that problem? 5, recommend the 2 paths. 6, choice close, where they're making the choice. And 7 is the follow-up letter. So here's a quick example, flow to flow, of how a natural conversation like this would go. So me, I would say quick or pamper in your routine. My customer says quick, I'll be rushing. I would say rushing. Got it. See how I said it back? Sounds like you need it under 5 minutes. Again, brought it back home to she said quick. She said quick. And she says yes. And I would say, so under 5, out the door ready. Not heavy, correct? See, I said it again. I said the real quick, out the door. 2 paths. A 3-step glow that's in 4 minutes, or a 4. So I would say I'd give her 2 paths. A 3-step glow that is under 4 minutes, or a full face that's under 10. I gave her those options. And she says 3-step. And I would say, I can set the card up with your shades. Do you want me to message you the link or text it to you? Again, I'm giving her those options. And she says text. And I say sending now. And then within 24 hours, if she didn't order, I would send her a message and say, hey, did that link come through? And now let's talk about objections, because we're going to get objections. When you're doing sales, you're going to get objections, but we turn objections into outcomes. And this is what's called the looping method. In the old school sales world, it's called looping. So looping, acknowledge, you label the priority, you add value, and you return to a choice close. We always have the choice close. So let's say the objective is price. I would say you're right to think about your budget. Sounds like saving money matters to you. I can show you a 3-step under 50 or the full result version. Which one would you like to see? Which one do you want to see first? Right there. Let her make a choice. I want to see the full. I want to see the 3 steps. Timing. Maybe it's not the right time. I would say makes sense. Payday's better. I can hold your cart for you and save your shades. Friday morning check-in or Saturday night. Again, I gave her the choice. But either way, no matter if she chooses Friday or Saturday, I still win, and she still gets that product that's going to solve her problem. Let's say she says there's too many steps in the skincare. She's looking at the bad boy one, the big Mama Jama retinol one that I use. And she's like, there's too many steps. I would say fair point. 3 steps is your cap. Do you want glow or full coverage? She's gonna tell me, and I already know she wants a few steps. I'm gonna build her exactly what she wants because I'm listening. I'm asking questions. You see how sales is all just a series of questions. That's it. We're just asking questions. You just got to ask the right questions. Okay, so she says she has sensitive skin. I would say I totally hear you. Comfort first. I can match from a bare face by a window, or I can guess and you can approve. Which one's easier? You see, again, I gave her an option, you guys. If she's not excited about the item. Yes, I'll repeat the 7 steps right after this because this is my very last thing. If she's not excited, I would say, let's say she's like, I don't like the taste of this recharge. I don't like the taste. What would you say to that? Here's what I would say. I'd say, girl, no problem. Outcome over item. Remember, well, this is for makeup. I wrote it for makeup or skincare. But remember, faster mornings, better skin, which, hang on. Yeah. So better skin, faster mornings. Come on, girl. You don't like the taste, but the results. You want better skin. You want those faster mornings. You want your clear skin. You want the clear texture. So it's just outcome over item. If they say their partner has to approve of them signing up or them buying something, I would say, got it. You want options to show? I can send you 2 different carts, one under 50 and one full routine. What should I send first? And if that was for recruiting, I would say that totally makes sense. Let me send you the $20 kit and then also the 125 so you guys can look at it together. Options, always having those options. Okay, the 7 was start the chat. So you pick one opener. So if it's, you're doing your skincare and you're talking about the vitamin C and how your age spots are gone. I don't know, one opener. And then when somebody replies or interacts, you match their vibe when you're talking to them. Just a one-liner, real quick. And then you get into their messenger. I'm gonna quick message you info. And then number 2 is discover with 3 questions. Okay. Number 3 is summarize in 1 sentence. So summarize that problem, summarize what that product's gonna do. 4, the bridge to benefits. Why do they need this product? Like, why do they have to have this product? People buy from emotion. Like, I think about it. How many mascaras have we ever bought before we started selling the previous company? I know me, ever since I was like in middle school, every time a new mascara commercial would come out with these fake big lashes, they would fool me and I wanted big lashes and I would run to the store, spend my babysitting money to buy that new mascara every single time. Okay? Because it's the benefits. So it's the bridge to benefit. Number 5 is recommend 2 paths. And this is for anything. This is for if you're sponsoring. This is for if you're booking a party, anything. Always give 2 choices. The next one is choice close. So they make that choice to close it by you giving them again, it's 2 options. And then follow up with the ladder. And that ladder, remember, it's the first day 0, you send them the hot list. 24 hours, did the link come through yet? 48 hours, want me to hold that product for you? Yes or no? 72 hours, maybe it depends on what the product is. Like, let's say it is skincare. I can simplify that to a 3-step if that helps. And that is sales, you guys. A lot of it is just listening. We got 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason. Okay? We have to listen twice as much as we talk. And they will sell themselves, they will sponsor themselves because this is a good opportunity. We have good products and we're solving a lot of issues, both financially and in weight loss and in skincare and in confidence and in I am preaching to the choir. You guys already know this. But that's all. I love you guys. And yay, well, this is recorded. So I will get the recorded link for you before I go to bed tonight. Can I get a copy? Yes, I will send you. I have it all in my notes, in my notepad. I'll send it all to you, Ruth. I love you guys. Should I just post it in? I'll just post it in the group, but I'll send you a text too. Yay! I'm so glad you liked it. Took me 2 hours. But I think we need to go back to old school. So if you guys listen to old school sales book, Big Al. Do you guys know who Big Al is? Most of you probably do. Some of you might not. Go read some of his books. He is so good. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later.